Next, Wisconsin entrepreneurs pitch their ideas to local moguls. They will compete for awards to help scale up their business. These are the moguls. Jerry Jendusa, the former CEO of MTech, is now the co-founder of Stuck, providing breakthrough strategies for businesses. Jerry is the author of Get Unstuck. He is passionate about creating hope and opportunities. Joanne Sabir is the co-founder of the Sherman Phoenix, an entrepreneurial hub for small businesses. She works with American Family Insurance to revitalize Wisconsin communities. If you heard one call, that's all, you know David Gruber, founder of Gruber Law Offices. The Gruber family generously supports numerous organizations and charitable causes throughout Wisconsin. Peg Ann is the former CEO of Empire Manufacturing and supports her community by making connections and breaking barriers to help individuals achieve their dreams.
Entrepreneurs that are really successful don't try and think out of the box. There is no box. We all win in a world with no boxes.
This is Project Pitch It.
In 2020, I was working in the tourism industry, and like many of us, I was anxious about what the pandemic would bring. I used baking as a way to manage that anxiety, and in June of 2021, months after a huge promotion, I left my stable and lucrative job with benefits and a 401k to start Sweetly Baked, Milwaukee's first commercial CBD bakery, specializing in handcrafted small batch bakery and confections. I'm Amanda Berman, mom, wife, and now small business owner, and I've been using CBD for years to manage anxiety and sleep issues. CBD has been legal in Wisconsin since 2018, and the industry has exploded. Many people use CBD for anxiety, sleep issues, pain relief, and relaxation. But when it comes to edibles, oftentimes you can only find gummies or mass-produced white-labeled items. Rarely can you find a wide range of custom and delicious treats. How does Sweetly Baked work? It's easy. You order online at sweetlybaked.com. I make your order from scratch and ship it directly to you. Or you can schedule a pickup at our commercial kitchen in downtown Milwaukee. In the first few months since I've been open, I've sold over 1,000 individual items, including cookies, French macarons, brownies, chocolates, and pet treats. You can also find Sweetly Baked treats at a local cafe in downtown Milwaukee. My customers range in age from millennials to octogenarians and come from all over the state of Wisconsin. I can tell you that my best sellers are my chocolate chip cookies and my brownies. Although I've had help from family and friends, I'm currently the only employee and have been growing slowly, testing my product and packaging and getting feedback from initial customers. Because of the pandemic, I've launched this business without a bank loan, but would like the opportunity to hire staff to be able to grow faster and invest in more aggressive marketing and higher-end packaging. With minimal investment thus far, I've already seen peaked interest and support from the community and have many repeat customers. With additional funding, I know I can grow to meet the demand. As for growth, I'm planning on launching subscription boxes, attending farmers markets, and reaching out to businesses and wedding and event planners to consider Sweetly Baked for unique favors and gifts. I love what I do, it brings me joy, and I know it helps many others. I feel hopeful and not anxious about what is next for me and for Sweetly Baked. I hope you feel my optimism and invest in me. Until then, please enjoy a CBD-infused treat and have a relaxing day.
I'm going for one, and I already have a comment right off the bat. My doctor actually, because I'm anxious and I have post-traumatic stress, so I have sleep problems and all kinds of stuff, he actually recommended that I do this to help myself.
Yeah, it's been really helpful for me to work through sleep issues and anxiety, and I was practicing infusion baking over the pandemic and giving it to friends and family, and I got a lot of really good feedback.
And what about equipment? How is I know I have a baker in one of my buildings, and I know that equipment sometimes makes the differences, especially around small batch, or if you think about kind of increasing your capacity.
I'm not quite at the point where I need to make like double or triple batches at a single time, but I would need to increase the capacity of some of the equipment that I use, which isn't out of the question. It just hasn't been a need up to this point, but hopefully it will be a need very soon.
Can you talk a little bit more about your past and your background, and then perhaps on anxiety and how this product originated, and then how practically, or how do you recommend that people eat it? Or
Sure. I've always been a hobby baker. I've enjoyed baking, and another thing I got into over the pandemic was making chocolate. So I do make the chocolate from scratch. I make all the ganache and the caramel. Everything is made from scratch. And I do all the infusions. So I work with a local CBD supplier in Milwaukee called Goodland Extracts. I purchase the CBD from them, and then I infuse it into all of my baked goods. Well, I can't speak from a medical standpoint. I can speak from personal experience, and that utilizing CBD has helped me to be able to sleep at night, which I think was one of the things that was causing a lot of my anxiety, was not being able to sleep, either fall asleep or sleep through the night. And I got sick of gummies. I just was, that was usually what I could find in stores. I know there's a lot of ways that you can take CBD. I enjoy the edible aspect of it. I'll take it after dinner, as a dessert, and then I feel, comfortable and relaxed for bed. And that's also helped me to be able to, getting a good night's sleep has been able to help me manage anxiety and work through some of those issues.
Well, thank you very much. You've identified a need from a personal experience, and you've turned it into a business. That's wonderful.
Yes.
And they're delicious.
Delicious.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Getting proper sleep is really important. Fighting anxiety is important, and having good bakery to boot.
These taste like good cookies. You can't tell anything.
It doesn't taste medicinal.
No.
It's delicious.
Not at all.
I know a lot of people who'd like some help sleeping.
Yes.
Or staying
Myself included.
asleep.
Yeah.
Project Pitch It has had a big impact on entrepreneurship in the state of Wisconsin. Over $2.5 million in cash and in-kind resources were invested in entrepreneurism through Project Pitch It. Congratulations to all who have worked hard to make this impact on businesses throughout Wisconsin. Coming up, an idea for an app that helps you contact an attorney. Later, a platform to help professionals expand their network.
Hello, moguls. My name is Marlo. Now, we all know 2020 was a kind of a crazy year. It brought to light many issues in America, and people generally had a short fuse. Case in point, in Pennsylvania, a dispute over snow blowing in a neighbor's yard resulted in a shooting and left 3 dead.
For snow blowing somebody's yard.
Yes. During that argument, if they had said something like, I'll just contact my attorney, that probably would have diffused the situation. But we all know everybody doesn't have an attorney on standby or speed dial. So I bring you LSI, Legal Stream Interaction. The LSI app is a platform that streams situations directly to your attorney. And the attorney can interject during the live feed, depending on the subscription-based tier you have, and it could potentially save lives by consulting the rights to the citizen. Now, this protects the integrity of all parties, as well as protects the citizen, protects the law enforcement, and protects everyone in all parties.
Believe it or not, I have been through exactly what you're talking about. A neighbor was threatening people that were working in my yard with a gun. So I called the police, and I was on the phone with a witness. I told the policeman while I was on the phone, this guy is threatening my workman with a gun. You know what his answer was to me? Get a gun. That came out of a cop, get a gun, okay?
I'm just thinking of a mother of a young black boy, right? There's so many conditions under which I have to instruct him in terms of driving.
Yes.
I'd be extremely concerned for him to, I'd be happy, one, to know that he had a resource. So it's kind of this double, but I'd be concerned for him to pick up a phone and call, because he's now instructed, hold the wheel, look straight forward, your license is on. The type of car that I bought from him can't be too flashy, pare it down, keep it simple. So just to have your thought process, because driving while black and male is a real thing.
It is. And my son, he's in law school at Marquette right now, and I told him the same things. And I asked him about it, is this feasible? And he said yes.
David, I think you're an attorney. Do you have any
That's
comments
what I'm waiting
on
for.
this?
David.
In all seriousness, being an attorney for 38 years, if you think you're going to reach somebody in that split second or that 15 or 30 second period, you're not. And then if you think somebody is going to allow you to make that call, understand you're not under arrest. You could go into that for a long period of time, but you're not necessarily under arrest. So that becomes a little problematic. And then probably the funny punchline for you is, when you bring an attorney or something like that into the situation, it always doesn't make the situation better. Sometimes it escalates the situation, or your goals are world class. It's exactly what you want to do. You don't want someone or somebody to get what they don't deserve and shouldn't be in the middle of. But we have to be very careful not to escalate or make the situation worse than it is. So that's the challenge.
That is a challenge.
And it's a big challenge.
Marlo, from your perspective, what do you need from the moguls?
Some guidance, basically, because this is a big ordeal. I just started out working the provisional patents on the intellectual property part, but then contacts also.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Turning a need into an opportunity.
It's a much better theory than how it could play out. It's interesting because since the advent of cell phones, we get calls from people at the scene of accidents. They call us immediately. They call us with bleeding, with scenarios you wouldn't believe, and we try to convince everybody. One of the things that really concerned me is you got to be careful if you bring a third party into something right away. Sometimes it
escalates.
It really escalates.
Coming up, a networking platform that lets professionals stay connected.
Hey Moguls, my name's Andrew Schmitz. I'm a co-founder of Micronet. At Micronet, we help organizations with member retention and engagement. We help them build a better sense of belonging amongst their members. And we do this all through email, which makes us really unique. So back in 2019, I quit my job to work full-time on my first company. I quickly learned that old, really famous saying, your network is your net worth. And it's because I didn't have one. I didn't have a very great network. And so I made a goal for myself. I wanted to get a new coffee meeting with a business professional every week. And it started out pretty easy, but then as my business picked up, it got a little harder and I started to let that goal slip a little bit. But I was venting to a friend one day and I said, I really wish I could just have a long list of all the business people in the area that were willing to grab a coffee. That was a light bulb moment for me, and I started my own networking group called Fox Valley Connect, which still exists today. It allows for business professionals to sign up on our website. They start to get email introductions, and then after getting connected via email, they can connect for coffee or set up a quick call, and then shortly afterwards, our system sends out an email follow-up asking them questions on how their introduction went. So as we started to grow Fox Valley Connect, it really started to take off, especially during the pandemic. And we started catching the attention of several other organizations, including alumni associations, other networking groups, even private businesses that were looking to connect their employees and build a sense of belonging. So we decided to build the platform, Micronet, which now powers all of these organizations and gives them the type of networking that we started doing with Fox Valley Connect. So Micronet as a platform is relatively young. We're only about 6 months old, but already we have 10 communities using our platform, and we've already sent over 4,000 introductions. So why am I here at Project Pitch It today? Because of that old saying, your network is your net worth. And I know Moguls, the types of networks that you guys have, and I really think that by working with you guys, we can get Micronet to the right people and help communities and organizations, including companies and other networking groups, build up a sense of belonging amongst their members and really take this to the next level.
I'm still confused as to what it is that you're actually doing. So can you just kind of dumb it down for me with an example? And I'm a business owner, I'm the head of the Alumni Association. What is it actually doing for the alumni, and then for me, why would I want to buy it?
Yeah, so it's probably easier to explain an ROI from like a business standpoint. So if you're a business owner and you're having issues with retention, right? So you could use a tool like ours to connect your employees for regular coffee meetings or donut gatherings. And so basically your employees would register for it, or you'd sign your employees up and they'd just get an email once a week or once a month introducing them to someone else in the company.
What do you need most from us, other than those contacts? So you talked about the contacts and the connections.
No, your feedback is already helping us, in terms of clarity on the presentation. We're a bootstrapped young company, so any kind of financial assistance is always really appreciated. But like I said, your network is your net worth, so any help there in terms of connecting with folks that can use our platform, that's probably the biggest way.
Any other questions, moguls?
I'm getting sleepy from that cookie. I am.
No, don't go there.
You are too, aren't you?
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it.
Next, the moguls discuss the pitches and decide what award will best help the entrepreneurs. Now the moguls decide which award will best help the entrepreneurs. The Peg Ann and David Gruber $10,000 Project Pitch It Award will help an entrepreneur soar to the next level. The UW-Lubar Entrepreneurship Center Jerry Jendusa Award is $5,000 plus a business assessment and mentorship to help scale up their business. The American Family Insurance and We Energies Award is $1,500 from AmFam plus mentoring and business planning from the experts at We Energies.
With these three entrepreneurs, they all have identified a need based on a personal experience, at least especially the first two. And let's start with Amanda from Sweetly Baked. She expressed some personal anxiety and sleepless nights, and she wanted to come up with a solution for that. And she decided to do it with cookies and other types of sweets. Peg, what do you think?
I think it's a great idea. And there is such a need today in our world. There's so many people that are anxious and angry and not sleeping. So I think it's a great idea.
And David, how does she scale? I mean, where does she go? Because the product is one thing, but what's in the product is something else to aid in something.
Well, I think being in Wisconsin and being in the Milwaukee area, she has an enormous opportunity, because as opposed to some other places in the country, I think you'll find very little of it. So I do think the opportunity is immediately in front of her. And just like Peg said, I think the market for those who are having sleepless nights, and unfortunately I think that's increased dramatically in the last couple of years from everything I've read, and anecdotally too, but when I read. So I think her timing is exceptional.
And it works.
Yeah, it works.
I'm thoroughly relaxed.
Let's go to LSI, Legal Stream Interactions. And this one has brought up a couple different debates because it could be a very useful tool.
The goal is wonderful. I think what he's experienced is very real, what people experience is very real, but these one-on-one situations, which are very emotional, very spontaneous, sometimes getting a third party involved, if you could get a third party involved, is not always the solution. So I believe his idea of good execution might concern me.
Let's talk about Micronet. I personally was a little bit confused by this one.
Yeah, I don't think I still quite understand it. I appreciate the desire, the young business, all of the language, the bootstrapping, the creating something in this market, but I'm not quite sure I understand the need that's being addressed.
I think the charm, why we all four of us may be slightly confused. I think we may be slightly confused because I think it's as simplistic as we think. It is a crowded field. He's trying to get a message across. I think he's trying to make it easier for others.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a great deal of complexity to it. But I think Joanne hit it right on the nose, that it is something that's probably out there. So that's why I asked him, how do you distinguish yourself?
I personally like the concept for alumni associations and for where you're trying to automate something to reach as many people as possible. Or we could connect him with Amanda when it comes to the cookie products with the CBD within her group of customer users. Mm-hmm. Now we're thinking.
Next, the moguls present cash and awards to the entrepreneurs. Now, the moguls present cash and awards to help the entrepreneurs scale up their Wisconsin businesses.
Marlo.
Yes.
We've got 3 wonderful awards to give out.
Yeah.
One is going to you. and I'm going to be giving it out. It's the Jendusa and UW-Lubar Entrepreneurship Center Award.
Thank you, thank you.
And this one consists of $5,000 in cash,
Wow, wow.
plus an assessment of what you can truly do with the technology that you're developing, and perhaps most importantly, for who is that ideal customer for that technology.
Wow. This is exactly what I needed. I really appreciate you guys, I really do. I appreciate it a lot. Project pitch it, everything, I really appreciate it. I almost want to cry.
Well,
Thank you.
congratulations.
So at American Family Insurance, we really believe in protecting and lifting dreams, and your dream is worthy of that. So we're going to provide you with $1,500 in cash towards your business. In addition, We Energies will provide mentorship in the area of marketing. Congratulations.
Yeah, wow, thank you so much. That's awesome.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, and thank you for all your feedback today too.
Keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amanda, congratulations.
Thank you.
We've got 3 wonderful awards to give out. David's presenting one.
The Peg Ann David Gruber $10,000 Project Pitch It Award is going to you.
Oh my God.
We believe this could most definitely take you to the next level. And we're all behind you and wishing you the very best. So congratulations. And you've had a wonderful day and night, let me tell you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. This has been an incredible experience, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity, and I'm so grateful that this happened. Thank you.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What I saw today and heard is there's a ton of passion from all of you about your new business, and as entrepreneurs, you're also sometimes in fear because you're taking risks. So my words of wisdom are, don't let the fear of the time to accomplish something. It's kind of like saying, look forward, don't look back, don't let your fear, because you're all gonna come up with that, it's gonna continue. So don't let it bring you down.
Right, thank you for that.
Congratulations very much.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Project Pitch It.